Across Canberra and its surrounding regions, this is Win News.
Plans for a new precinct to transform the heart of Canberra. Canberra's richest family has revealed plans to transform the CBD with a new precinct, continuing the legacy of Terry Snow. Capital Property Group is developing the 65,000 square metre project on the corner of London Circuit and Northbourne Avenue. Initial designs feature offices, hospitality venues, retail stores and a potential five-star hotel. Construction's expected to start in November and be complete by 2027. And next week's budget will also include money to put Canberra on the map as a tourism destination. The raft of initiatives includes the Aviation Stimulus Fund to encourage more domestic and overseas airlines to fly to the capital. There'll also be money to attract more international events such as the British and Irish Lions Tour next year. Almost $1 million is set aside to revamp signs at popular tourist destinations along with festivals. Construction will soon begin on a major office complex in the heart of the city. The 6-storey building near Vernon Circle and Civic will boast high energy efficiency among other sustainable features. The ground floor will also include space for hospitality venues, building on the government's plan for a broader Canberra theatre precinct up to Constitution Place. The project's one of several in the pipeline from Terry Snow's Capital Property Group.
The opportunities that this site provides, the opportunity that the site next to Law Court provides, is something which is too hard to give up, and something which we're really excited about fostering. We think those opportunities will be something which will last 50 to 100 years.
The development's expected to be complete in late 2026.
Across Canberra and its surrounding regions, this is Win News.
The Canberra to Melbourne route lost in Rex Airlines collapse. Flights between Melbourne and the nation's capital were the first to go after Rex Airlines went into administration. Georgie Burgess has the latest details from Canberra Airport.
The collapse of Rex Airlines has left future flights to the region in doubt, with the Canberra to Melbourne route among those on the chopping block. Arrival and departure boards already showing the cancelled flights, just hours after the shock announcement. Only flying in and out of Canberra for the past 3 years, with Rex touching down in a gap caused during COVID. But flights between capital cities were the first to go when Rex entered voluntary administration, with 600 jobs in the firing line. Smaller regional routes are expected to continue for now. Airport officials here have expressed their disappointment to be losing the airline, saying the change could force Canberrans to fork out more when trying to fly out of the bush capital.
More competition, the prices come down. So with Rex, which was very keenly priced, leaving the market, we could see some changes to price.
Impacted customers will be contacted directly by Rex officials. Georgie Burgess, Win News.
Across Canberra and its surrounding regions, this is Win News.
The Chief Minister has led tributes for Canberra business mogul and philanthropist Terry Snow following his death at the weekend. The 80-year-old billionaire built an empire from humble beginnings as the son of a Queanbeyan publican. The third-generation Canberran changed the face of our capital forever, transforming the airport into a hub for international flights and developing a suburb at Denman Prospect.
But I suspect most people will recognise the philanthropic contributions and the support to hundreds of local community organisations who, as a result of that support, are able to do even more for our community.
In a statement, the Snow family has shared its heartbreak, remembering Terry as a loving husband, father and grandfather.
Also tonight, tributes for Canberra philanthropist and businessman Terry Snow. From property development and philanthropy to medical innovation and equestrian endeavours, few parts of Canberra were untouched by Terry Snow. The businessman died over the weekend, but his contribution to the nation's capital guarantees that his legacy will live on.
Entrepreneur Terry Snow was the man who helped Canberra take off. Best known for transforming an old tin shed in a paddock
into the best small airport in the world.
His $65 million investment sparked a billion-dollar empire that touched every corner of the nation's capital. From Denman Prospect, the first suburb in the country to have solar on every house, to the Brindabella Business Park and the Majura Precinct, which brought some of the world's biggest retailers to Canberra.
Everywhere you look in Canberra, there's a Terry Snow story.
It all began with his grandfather, who owned Civic's first general store in the Sydney building, a block his grandson would buy back decades later. The Snow property empire is motivated by excellence.
And the gee whiz factor when you're finished and you go, well, that's a proper job.
And a little bit of attitude.
I'll never forget the moment at the Singapore Airlines launch when they decided to fly into Canberra and the first aircraft that arrived, that he took that opportunity to have a real crack at Qantas because it was at that point cheaper to fly from Canberra to Singapore than some Canberra-Sydney flights.
It earned him an Order of Australia and a spot in the rich list with a book value of more than $4 billion. But he may have been the only billionaire to insist on bringing his dogs to the office and the National Portrait Gallery.
Very fond of his dogs and they were clearly in charge.
He packed a lot into his 80 years.
I'm a motivator, a mentor, a teacher, but really he's a friend. You know, he's been an amazing friend for 40 odd years.
But his greatest legacy will be through his philanthropy, donating more than $80 million through the Snow Foundation and more to science and the arts.
We have a rare situation, where I've been able to garner these assets and that they should be used for good.
Sure, there's the Public Snow Foundation, but so many things have happened without any fanfare at all.
An unmatched legacy.
Well done.
Jade Toomey, ABC News, Canberra.